Wife, 25F, wants kids and I, 27M, said we can't afford it. How to deal with it? I met my wife 5 years ago online. We felt the spark pretty soon and got married in 2 years. We had discussion about children. I told her that I am open to them but only when we can comfortably afford them. My childhood was different. My father was always working to provide for our family and we barely got to see him other than at breakfast in the morning. It was just our mother with us. Due to those experiences, I decided that I won't have kids until I am at the place where I can provide for them without missing out on anything. I shared this with my wife prior to our marriage. We are financially comfortable now. But quick calculations made me realize that I would considerably have to put our foot down. We will be a few inches away from living paycheck to paycheck. We have been saving for a while that we want to invest. I told her that once the investment starts yielding profits, we can definitely consteer kids but not before that. She wasn't receptive and told me that I was being paranoid and unreasonable. I love her and I understand where she is coming from. But I want to provide my future kid with everything in this world and her to have my full attention and don't want to miss any of it. So what should I do? We haven't really talked. She has been cold. I don't think she is mad, she is just sad. Edit. I am gonna turn off the notifications, so just gonna leave here specific numbers as I am made out to be the greedy landlord who wants all of it without having any extra responsibilities. We both earn around $20,000 combined a month after taxes and our monthly expenses amount to 85% of our income and we are left with $3,000 that is in no fucking way enough to raise a kid. One unexpected expense and we are in debt. Given that as of now we don't have any savings because my wife wanted to decorate our current apartment along with necessary renovations. I have talked to her about reducing expenses since we don't have a rental situation. And she has expensive tastes. For example, I asked if she can hold off buying a designer bag or article every month for the foreseeable future. She literally buys that every single month, which I am okay with since I love her and those things seem to make her happy. Personally, I am not a fan of consumerism. But hey, things we do for love. She flipped out. She was not receptive to that, which I did not consider to push further. Diapers, formulas, I know don't cost a lot. But don't you think that she will want all those expensive things for our baby as well? She has told me a dozen of times while scrolling through online stores that she can't wait to get that Gucci shirt or that expensive thing for our baby. And growing up, I heard, we can't afford it, enough times, and I don't want to say it to my wife and kids. For the simple reason, that I don't think it should be mutually exclusive between kids and my wife's desired lifestyle. I should be able to provide for both. As for wanting one, I do want kids. Have always wanted, but when we can provide them with better prospects. When the mortgage is done we will have additional $5,000 that will be more than enough for the kid. As for the timeline, I wanted 7 years so we have a few savings before stepping into next roles, but my wife said that the most she could wait would be 5 years until the mortgage, which I agreed to. As for her checking with doctors, that was because I asked her if the biological clock is the reason that she is so insistent. She said that was one of the factors, so we also sort out a solution for that. If there is a ticking time bomb then we would go for conceiving as soon as possible and we'll start trying to find better jobs. Update. I just sat down with my wife and decided that we can wait until the mortgage on property and we have extra income. In the meanwhile, she will check with endocrinologist if there is a ticking clock on her chances of getting pregnant or my ability to get her pregnant in 5 years of time frame. Fortunately, most of your doomsday scenarios did not work out. It sounds like you're not willing to accept that having kids will make your finances tighter, so you keep moving the goalposts. If you don't want to have to worry about money, don't have kids, and tell your wife you're never going to have them. This will probably end your marriage, but that's for the best since she wants kids and you apparently don't. It seems like from your comments you will not budge, so I'm not sure why you even came here to begin with. If you're not going to compromise or have a shorter timeline, divorce and let her find someone who wants to have kids. Also, your childhood is normal for more people with kids, not different at all. Stop playing games and just tell her you don't want kids. Stop trying to wait out the clock, it's despicable. I've read the post and your responses. You should get off the internet if you can't accept the responses you were given with a minimum of grace. I do not wish any ill will, but should the doomsday scenarios happen I won't be crying for you, but for your wife. I think it's hilarious that you want a 25-year-old to check if her biological clock is running out. That on top of the paycheck to paycheck delusion tells me that you don't have enough of a grasp on reality to have a kid right now. Me, 18F, and my boyfriend, 18M, did it for the first time and I feel scared. Okay, I know I probably shouldn't worry, but I can't help it. It was the first time for the both of us, and even if we had searched up everything, I can't help but overthink. I need some reassurance. So, me, 18F, and my boyfriend, 18M, had sex for the first time almost 2 months ago. 1 month and 20 days. We used protections and he also finished outside. He pulled out before finishing, and OFC he finished inside the condom. After that, even if it's a bit embarrassing to say, aha, we emptied it and filled it with water and it wasn't ripped or anything. I know it's totally dumb to be asking this, but I grew up in a household where my parents always thought that the first time I would hang out with a boy I would end up pregnant, and even if I have common sense, sometimes I can't help but feel scared. Of course I haven't told them. As for my period, I still haven't gotten it. But mine is really irregular. Usually takes 3 or 4 months to come. So I can't really count on that because it's never regular. Right now it's been 2 full months until I have had it. We did it again another time around 20 days ago, but on that time, he pulled it out way before finishing and we didn't continue with the penetration, so I'm not that worried about that time. I'm anxious because the day after tomorrow I will have blood exams, just for a checkup, and I'm scared about the results. I feel scared because I fear that the exams will show that I'm pregnant. I know it makes no sense, I know it can't be. I know I'm probably stressing over anything. I know. I just needed to let it out. So, what I'm asking is there any possibility I'm pregnant? There's not, right? Please, don't judge me. Everyone got tired of me because I keep on stressing about this. I needed to write it down somewhere so I could stop this anxiety. Thanks to whoever will take the time to read this. 0% chance that you're pregnant. Do yourself a favor and stop being stressed about it. If you're just having a physical with regular labs, no basic blood panel will tell you if you're pregnant. They must do an HCG unless you ask them to, or they suspect you're pregnant because you tell them you're sexually active. Either way you would know about the HCG by your MD, they don't just do it for fun. Stress will fuck up your hormones and cause your period to be late. As extra protection, you yourself should be on other forms of because just to ease your mind. Chance are good you're just overthinking. But if you're this stressed out, just go buy a at-home test and take it where you parents are not. It will give you peace of mind. Basic blood screens won't tell if you are pregnant. Hospitals are expensive yet very cheap with their tests, so they won't throw in an HCG test for no reason. If you are using a condom properly and the condom isn't damaged, the chance of pregnancy is 0. Have you considered talking to your doctor about regulating your periods through birth control? Also has added benefit of preventing pregnancy. Boyfriend, 30M, says I, 31F, won't be invited to family vacation. We've been together for almost 3 years. We were discussing where we'd like to go on vacation next year, and he mentioned he might go on the annual family trip next spring. I asked if I'd be included because the past 2 years his parents have gone with his sister, her significant other joined them. He said if brother-in-law is invited, I'm invited. However, his parents have been talking about not inviting him for a specific reason. He's an alcoholic and very much in denial about it. He bailed on some of the itinerary on the last trip because of an injury, but spent the day drinking in the rental. My boyfriend thinks it's fair that I wouldn't be invited because of this, and his parents think it'd be nice for it to just be family. My boyfriend also has a history of not standing up for me. The most recent example I can think of was this past spring when we were visiting a friend. I was constantly being talked over by them, so at one point I firmly asked for them to please stop. The friend told me to quit making a scene. I wasn't, and proceeded to interrupt me every time I tried to say something. My boyfriend sat there and watched. Later he told me he didn't say anything because he didn't want to rock the boat, after said friend spent the weekend showing us around his city. What should I be feeling here, because I'm currently being told I'm being unreasonable? But with past events considered, I feel like my feelings are always low priority? Edit. Sorry, it wasn't clear. The friend we visited was my friend I went to uni with 10 years ago. I didn't realize how rude, among other things, he's become since we last saw each other. Your boyfriend is a dick. He's never going to stand up for you. Tell him you're going on holiday with friends and won't be able to text or phone while you're away. Yeah, that is weird to me. If I were him, I'd want to take my girlfriend. Does his parents hate you or something? So, this guy doesn't stand up for you. Makes your feeling low priority and low-level gaslight you what you are being unreasonable. Now, beyond you wasting last 3 years on him, what good qualities he actually has and what he provides to you. Think beyond dating sucks and I am used to him. Do you want be in same situation next 10 years, 20? What will he be after kids? It's so sad that you are willing to let your boyfriend treat you this way. The man that is supposed to love you. I wouldn't even take this crap from a stranger. Unless they're specifically outing you for no good reason. I think it can be perfectly reasonable that they just want family-only vacation. Can be as your boyfriend's sister married? I was confused by you calling him her so, Bill. How long have they been together? You can agree or disagree, but for some people you become part of the family only if married, or they consider a long-term committed relationship when the couple has been together for X years, with X than your 3 years. I don't think your boyfriend, demanding, that you're included in a family vacation, as defined by the people organizing said vacation, is not standing up for you. Depending on BF's sister relationship, you could just be entitled. My partner, 25NB, told me I, 25M, needed to choose between my mom or them. TLDR at the bottom. About 2 months into our relationship my partner broke into my phone. They said they were feeling insecure and told me that watched me enter my passcode and remembered it. I forgave them and reassured them I wasn't like their exes. Since then they have done the same thing 5 more times. Whether it's breaking into my phone or my laptop. Last time we had a huge argument because they saw a Reddit post I made looking for relationship advice, here, and told me I was talking shit about them. The post was me asking for ways to help them with their depression, BPD and avoid arguments. Ironic, I know. We've been together for a little over a year now and there is still no trust. This morning they woke me up to tell me they went through my phone and took screenshots of conversations I've had with my mother because they said they've suspected my mom doesn't like them. Long story short, we stayed at her place for a week and my partner didn't thank her or say goodbye when we left. It hurt her feelings. They found one text in which she said my partner was disrespectful. My partner told me I needed to choose between them or my mom. I'm totally floored. This is the 5th time they've broken my trust and tried to justify it with, my suspicions were confirmed. You are _______. ! TLDR. Partner has broken into my phone for the 5th time and feels justified, even after not finding anything incriminating. Found one text from my mom that they didn't like and gave me the ultimatum my mom or them. How do I respond to this? I've never had anyone say this before. Dude. Get out. This kind of insecurity is never satisfied. There's no reasoning with it, because there's no reasoning with the unreasonable. Someone who seeks to isolate a partner from family is bad news. Run. Anyone who tries to kick out important people out of your life does not mean well. Time to drop this partner and find a stable, secure person. I didn't even need to read all of this. Choose your mama. I choose my mother, seems like an easy fix to this problem for me.